GCSE Physics. Welcome. Are you excited for a fun learning session? Make sure you have your book and a pen before we start. Today you are going to learn about renewable resources. Renewable resources. Deep underground, the temperature of the rocks is very high. We can turn this heat energy into electrical energy. This is called geothermal energy. Geothermal has some positive aspects to it, such as renewable, which means that it won't run out, no pollution, which means that it won't contribute to climate change and that it doesn't cause environmental damage. Unfortunately, there are a few cons in relation to geothermal energy, and these are that it can't be done everywhere. In fact, it can only be done in a few places in the world. Geothermal also costs a lot of money to set up. Wave energy is energy taken from sea waves, as the sea waves have kinetic energy. Machines can be used to bob up and down in the wave. This energy can be turned into electrical energy. The positives of wave energy are that it is renewable and that it causes no pollution. The negatives of wave energy are that it needs lots of machines to make any reasonable amount of energy. It costs a lot of energy to set up. The machines can be damaged in storms or rough seas. Some people don't want the machines because they think the machines look ugly. Hydroelectric energy is energy that comes from flowing rivers. The waters flowing in a river has kinetic energy. This can be turned into electrical energy. It involves building a dam and letting some of the water flow through to spin a turbine. The positives of hydroelectric are that it is renewable and does not cause pollution. There are some negatives of hydroelectric, and these are that it is expensive to build a dam. Damage is sometimes caused by water build-up behind dams. Flooding occurs behind the dams, and this causes loss of habitats. Some animals and plants can die due to lack of habitats, and this affects biodiversity and local food chains. Tidal energy is energy that comes from the sea tides. As tides rise and lower, the water produces gravitational energy at high tide. At high tide, water is trapped behind dams. At low tide, the energy is released, and this energy is used to drive turbines and produce energy. The positives of tidal energy are that it is renewable, no pollution, reliable. 2 tides every day. Once it's been built, it is cheap to run. The negatives of tidal energy are that it is expensive to build and it can cause flooding. Solar energy uses energy from the sun. The sun transmits light and heat energy to Earth. This energy can be used in solar cells to make electrical energy or used to heat water for homes using solar panels. The pros of solar energy are that it is renewable and it causes no pollution. The positives of solar energy are that it is expensive to set up and that it works best in sunny places. Wind energy can be used to turn turbines. We can turn the kinetic energy of the wind into electrical energy. The positives of wind energy are that it is renewable and it causes no pollution. Turbines are fairly inexpensive and easy to build, so they can be used even in poorer countries. The negatives of wind turbines are that turbines can be ugly and noisy, and so some residents protest when they are built. Only works if it's quite windy. We can burn organic matter to produce electricity. This is known as biomass. The positives of biomass are that it is renewable as long as we keep planting trees to replace the ones we cut down. Biomass doesn't need any special equipment, so it can be used very easily, even in poor countries, and is cheap to use. It also doesn't contribute to global warming. The negatives of biomass are that it needs large areas of land to grow trees on, and in smaller countries this may not be possible. It also means that the land may not be able to be used for other purposes such as farming.